everyone? How are you doing on this fine day? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Noah and I am
the bookworm.
And here we do reviews and playthroughs of books and game books. So today, I'm talking about Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is a supernatural romance. This actually was released 2024, so...
this year.
And it is 410 pages of actually a really good story. So, the story of this book revolves around the main point of view of Misery Lark. Now, Misery is the only daughter of a very powerful vampire councilman in America. And she's always been a sort of outcast. And basically, with vampires, humans, and werewolves, there's this huge divide. The vampires and werewolves had a war once. The humans were in there and all that jazz. But for the past, like, let's say 20 years, there's been this kind of like treaty between the human and vampires. And with this treaty, they have collateral. And with collateral, they give someone of importance a child to the humans, and the humans will do the same, so that there is peace among them, and if anything happens, they get killed. Now, Misery, who is the daughter of this person who runs the vampire main, like, coven in this area in the southwest, I think it is. I don't know why I had to do it like that. Yeah, she was the collateral, and she grew up in the humans. She went back, and then she was like, I don't belong here. They treated her differently. They all hated her. So she decided to spend her life in the human realm, territory even, and just kind of had fake IDs and lived with her. Now, the main thing is that Misery had a best friend growing up, a human girl known as Serena. And this whole story revolves around that Serena has disappeared. Now, Serena was used as collateral as well, and was used to live with Misery because Misery was miserable growing up, and they formed this sisterhood bond between each other. They classed each other as sisters, best friends. And Misery finds out that Serena is missing when she was supposed to turn up at her place, and she never did. And she found a little piece of paper that mentioned a certain name. And when she gets found from her workplace and people realize she's a vampire and start freaking out, she gets dragged back to the vampire place where her dad is in this huge nest area. And he's like, listen, we need to do a marriage. Humans aren't going to be with us anymore. They basically decided we've got a new person coming in power, and this person is going to make a treaty with the werewolves instead. We need to make a treaty with werewolves, because if we don't have that, any sort of protection, either A, the werewolves will kill them because they're much stronger and better than them, or the humans will overpower them just by numbers alone. So she's like, no, not doing it. I've already been collateral. You've ruined my life. And then he was like, yeah, but you'll be marrying the alpha, L.E. Morland. And she stops, and she realized that Morland is the name of this piece of paper. So she's like, cool, I guess I will. And the story just kind of goes on from that point about this mystery about Serena, this mystery to do between them two as well, because some things kind of go on. She's smart, but things don't click with her as fast as you think. But the story itself is actually really, really good. It's written very, very well. There's things there that are amazing, basically, and it made me read it within 2 days. Like, it's a good story. It's a very well written story. The plot itself, normally with plots, I like it when they kind of like start at here and then they just kind of like, you know, do the whole roller coaster thing. But in a weird way, it's actually at a really nice flow. Like, waves coming in at the beach, like lapping at the beach, like it gives you this piece of information and it pulls back as they try and they start to get the information and figure things out, and then here's another clue and here's another piece of information about something else, and it's very well done. Like I said, lapping of waves. The plot itself is a really nice, really genuine flow to it, and it went really smooth, and that's why I read through it so fast. Now the spice is actually really, really hot. Never thought I would say that. It's actually really, really hot. It's very well written, very detailed and very graphic. Obviously to do with werewolves, it makes a joke at the beginning about, you know, hoping that this book is the right one for you, and if not, then don't. But very well written, actually really hot, very well detailed. It's not the forefront of the book. A little bit happens like pretty far into the book. It's not like wow, like boom, slapping meats. It happens gradually between them through a certain amount of time. So that was actually really nice to see, like a sort of development between characters. It's not just forced instantly. There is knotting in it. There's scenting, there's biting. So genuinely, very well, very nice.
Very good, very nice.
Very hot. Now, the characters. I'm not going to go into all the characters. I'm going to talk about the main sort of few. Because there's quite, weirdly enough, even though it's only one point of view, there's still a lot of characters that you get introduced to. So the main one is Misery Lark, the daughter. Her parents clearly hated her because she's known as Misery. Her brother is actually just called Owen. So it was like, oh, they really didn't like you. She's sassy. She is intelligent. She works hard and she figures things out logically. And also, she's a very techie person, which works in her favor quite a lot. We have Serena, her best friend, who grew up with her, who was kind of used as this other collateral to make sure that, you know, things went well as they grew up. Kind of like the comic relief sort of character in a weird way, but it works well, you know? It's like little bits of like their history together kind of get clipped in, and they're kind of funny. We have Anna and Lo Morland. Obviously, Anna is his little sister. You got Lo, who is the alpha, who's this big buff dude who's very strong and the most powerful one of them all, who everyone's kind of scared to even fight against because he, even if he's outnumbered, they still question if they can take him. That's how strong he is. The main thing is that for him is not his main focus, is the whole strength thing. It is about like being the leader and the leadership, but you also get glimpses of certain aspects of his life where you get these aspects of his life where you see this very the soul and the humanity of him, and it's actually really cute and really sweet. And they're like the main sort of people that I like to focus on in the book. They're the main focus for me, the main focus in the book, while you do meet other pack mates of the Alpha and other people in the Nest who Misery kind of grew up with in a way until she was used as collateral. It's, you know, you do see them, you do find out the personality of them and stuff, but they're like the main focus of the characters. And they're very well written. They have their own personality, their own breath of life, and I love that. Re-readability, absolutely. I will be reading this again. It's a very cute read, considering the fact that there is like danger in the book. I found it really cute. I loved it. It's very well written. I actually wish this was the start of a series, or I wish there was like a second part, because I kind of want to know more. I want to know more what happens with a lot of people in the book, actually, to be honest. But I want to find out as the times go on, like what happens within the pack, like with all this sort of treaties and stuff going on. I want to find out more. I want to learn more about the characters. I want to see them develop more. Fun factor, definitely fun factor, this book had me laughing out loud pretty loud in general, not just like in my home, but when I was on a reading sprint, I laughed out loud for a good like 5 minutes, because there's certain humor that gets to me, and I am childish, but this was actually really well done in a really good way, between a character that Lo is close to, and also the fact that the term fuckwaffle was used, and I just didn't expect it in that sort of scenario that was happening, and it threw me off the loop, because something happened that made me chuckle. It worked well. It's very much to the character. Then it was Misery's reaction to that, which made me chuckle, and then it was fuckwaffle, and I loved it to bits. So my thoughts on this book is that I normally wouldn't read these types of books, weirdly enough. I'll explain. I do enjoy my horrors. I've only just gotten into the fantasy. Well, I do have the Nightwheel series behind me by L.J. Smith, and they are supernatural. Omega stuff, I don't really read. Take that as your Omega Omegaverse, whatever it is. Then from Ven's Book Corner, or Ven's Corner as it is now, was the one who told me to read this just because of the word not, and he was like, you need to read this. Joke's on him, the book's really, really good. I rate this, I would like to rate it more, but I'm going to rate it 4 out of 5. I love the little twists. I kind of knew what some stuff was going to happen, but there was the odd little twist where I was like, oh, I didn't expect that, but others I did. It's very well written, love the characters, very funny. The spice is really nice, but for me, it's if I had to, I would push it to a 4.5, but 4 stars it is for me. Would definitely recommend this. Seriously, give this a read. It's very well written. The characters are literally living on the page. The spice is pretty hot when it does happen. It's not the main focus, which is great for me. And please read this. If you have read this, please tell me your thoughts, like, down below. If you have any books that are kind of the same, maybe a series at all, like, comment below. I want to know. I want to read more of this in a really weird way. Not in... I just want to read more of this. I enjoyed the read. That's what I'm trying to get at, not the other stuff. But thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. And love, make good choices in life. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.